Welcome to tonight's edition of the AOG Podcast. I'm AJ here with your other host, George. We have some tough issues to tackle tonight, topics that are probably going to leave you with more questions than answers. The government, in general, has been overspending. They've been overreaching and just plain overdoing it for way too long. We've been spending a lot of money over to Ukraine, more than we can even print. It's like they're trying to bankrupt us faster than a celebrity on a shopping spree. And let's not forget about the recent Ohio train derailment, COVID, some other conspiracy theories. They keep proving to be true. It's like they're hiding something from us. And they're not even trying to be subtle anymore. So what's next? World War III? It seems like everything is pointing in that direction. But let's take a step back. Let's look at the history. Look, we've been through tough times before. The Great Depression, World War II, disco. Okay, maybe not disco, but you get the point. We've always come out on the other side stronger than ever before, no matter what you are, left, middle, right, purple, blue, green. So should we be nervous about World War III? Should we be nervous about a cyber attack, another pandemic? Absolutely. But should we panic? Should we start getting canned goods and duct tape and cutting ourselves off from everyone? No. Instead, we're going to focus tonight on what we can control, our own actions, and how we're going to hold our government accountable. It's time to put the government back in its place. We're going to demand transparency and make sure they're using our tax dollars for the betterment of our nation, not for their own pet projects. So I want you to grab a drink, sit back, and get ready for a wild ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, the AOG Podcast with AJ and George.
It's the AOG Podcast, AJ and George. We are going to be airing some grievances tonight, that's for sure.
Wow, how did you put together that monologue? And my other question is, are you running for office? What's going on?
I've got a lot of problems here. We have a lot going on.
It sounds like you are one angry taxpayer right now. But before we begin, these conspiracy theories, a couple of our loyal fans, we have quite a few of them, they wanted to know after watching last week's show, two questions. Number one, do you think that the moon landing actually happened? And the second one is, do you think that the Earth is flat? So
I'm not a flat earther. I'm not a flat earther, but I'm not sure about the moon landing anymore.
It could have happened in a studio somewhere in California, right?
I think it did happen. I think it did happen in the studio. So we had some snow here, New York. How was it in the city? I didn't even get to ask you.
When you have a doorman, you don't even care. You don't have to shovel the snow or do anything, so you don't care.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
So I only thought we had a couple of inches out here on the island. Evidently, we had like 5 or 6.
Did you break out your snowblower? And just so all the fans know, AJ has a weird obsession. He's the only person that I've ever met that actually enjoys doing this. AJ loves shoveling, or I guess snow blowing. Snow. He loves doing the sidewalks.
I love the snowblower. See, I'm at a disadvantage now. I don't have sidewalks out here.
You don't have sidewalks?
We don't have a sidewalk.
Wow.
So we used to have a long driveway. I used to do the driveway. I'd do my neighbors on either side. I'd go up the block. We had family up the block from us. I was out there all day with the snowblower.
Did anybody offer you money? Any elderly people that you did their driveway? Or?
Before we moved?
No, just yesterday.
No, I avoid my neighbors out here.
Really?
I actually shoveled. The driveway's wide. It's not long like at my old place. And so I was just out there but I didn't think there was that much. And so I was talking to people and how many inches did you get? I said, I think we got a couple. And they're like, really?
Did they get the schools off out there? Did your wife get off?
They had delays. They were all 2-hour delays and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Just get up earlier, shovel yourself out and go to work. It's not that hard.
Hey, I was out at 6 a.m. shoveling. But you know what I've been watching? Have you seen Ozark?
You know what? I've never seen it, but I'm going to a bachelor party there in August at the Ozarks.
Are you really?
Yeah. Funny that you mentioned that. I just found out.
You going to be laundering any money?
I don't know. What is the Ozarks? Apparently, what is it? A bunch of drugs out there or something? Is that what the show's about?
No, the show. So I like it. I like Jason Bateman a lot. I try to watch whatever he's in. And so Ozark is about money laundering. And him and his family move to the Ozarks, and they're laundering money for the Navarro cartel. But every movie, every show, every series I watch, I'm noticing it's starting to happen in real life. It's kind of like when you see a car or you get a new car, you start seeing it all over the road. So I'm on Twitter the other day. Katie Hobbs in Arizona is now being accused of laundering money for a cartel to rig elections, including her own.
Who is Katie Hobbs?
The governor of Arizona.
Okay.
Come on. You're not up on your Carrie Lake and Katie Hobbs?
Why would I care about Katie Hobbs, the governor of Arizona, when it has her decisions have no impact on me in New York?
Well, they certainly have an impact on policy that flows down in different I know it doesn't affect New York per se, but you've got all sorts of decisions. I mean, a state could make a decision or do something, another state gets wind of it, they like the idea, they start doing it.
I could see that, but go on with the story.
Anyway,
what do you think?
The point is, everything I watch seems to happen. Scandal, the same series there, about election fraud and election integrity, all of that, rigging of elections, interference. It happened. I mean, it's every show I watch, it's happening.
So you're saying all these things now they're happening in real life, but they're based off of a show? People are getting the idea from a show?
No, yeah, well, I'm seeing the show happen unless the show is bringing these things to light. We are now saying, wait a minute, is this actually happening? Is this actually true? What's going on here?
Yeah, but I guess obviously the election wasn't rigged in Arizona, so that didn't actually happen. But I don't know. Maybe other things people puts it in their mind. But it sounds like people are watching too much television. So
too many conspiracy theories coming on.
Too many We got to get who's that guy? Jesse Ventura. Is that his name? The guy that owns all the crazy conspiracy theories. We gotta get him on the show.
So I was always anti-conspiracy theory, and I never believed any of them. I am a huge Reddit fan. Like the past year or so, I'm obsessed with Reddit. So I go on Reddit all the time, and I start reading all this nonsense. And then, the more you keep reading it, you're like, oh, maybe there is a little truth to this. Maybe this is actually happening.
Yeah, it's a story, right? And they keep adding to the story, and it's easy to convince people.
Yeah. So we're gonna hop into some news headlines here a little sooner in the podcast than normal.
What, did we lose sponsors? Do we not have any more commercials?
Hey, we could go to my favorite. You want to go to the favorite?
It depends if people want to see it. If the people chat that they want to see.
Who wants to see a commercial from our sponsor? Let's see it in the chat. We had one person say they had a full day of school, no delays.
Ooh, that's tough.
Who wants to see our sponsor? Come on, we love this. We hate the product, but we love the sponsor.
But we love the sponsor because they're paying us a lot of money to do this show. So
you know what? Let's get to the sponsor. You want to do it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll be right back.
Let's do it. Come on. People don't want to hear us talk.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we have a message from our sponsor. Let's get this up. Here we go.
Have you not been wearing a mask or social distancing? Did you recently attend a Trump rally? Then you or someone close to you is probably laying down. Hi, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor and CEO of MyPillow. No one should underestimate the value of a good rest. And I should know. When I was addicted to crack, passed out on a deserted street during a bender in Mexico, I realized this curb's doing zero favors for my neck. Then after talking directly to God and not myself, MyPillow was born. Years later, after a settlement for deceptive ads and an F from the Better Business Bureau, I'm a multimillionaire. How? Because America! There's no problem that a pillow can't solve. Freebasing in an alley? You're gonna want my pillow. A woman wants to choose what she can do with her own body? That's gonna need a pillow. Wife left you in an ugly divorce? Use about 8 pillows. And if you vote Trump come November, you can get 2 of my pillows for the price of 2 of my pillows. Call my new number now.
It's Mike Lindell with My Pillow. Is he still fighting with Dominion, by the way?
Is he?
I don't
feel
know.
like I haven't seen him in the news as much, Mike Lindell. Is he still around?
Who
Is he
knows?
still
Maybe
the
maybe he's back on drugs again.
Is he still the president or CEO of My Pillow, or did they out him, or what happened?
No, I think he's still in charge of My Pillow. I don't know. Anyway, so last week you made a comment. You had said, we were talking about the Ohio train derailment in East Palestine, and you had said something along the lines of, this is the last time, or this is not the last time we're going to be talking about this. There's going to be more to develop, right?
Totally. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is there more?
It's funny. It's not funny. So Pete Buttigieg was there last week, and so he forgot what he was saying during his press conference. And I don't think he was trying to be funny at all. This was true. He goes, "Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought."
No pun intended. Pun intended.
But I thought things were getting a little bit derailed. But seriously though, there is a whistleblower who posted camera footage of that train on fire at 8:13. 41 minutes before the derailment happened, and all that nonsense. So now people are trying to piece together, what's really going on here.
So has anything changed though? Are there any developments or new theories out there that have formed in the past week as to what's happening?
Right here, a few hours ago, it's a breaking news report on Twitter. The air in East Palestine is toxic. Scientists are finding higher than normal concentration of 9 potentially harmful chemicals. Carnegie Mellon University, Texas A&M scientists conducted an independent air quality tests. Several reports of people having altered voices and rashes that look like chemical burns are also emerging.
Really?
But there was also a fatal explosion at a metal factory in Ohio. 5 people were on their way. They were environmental scientists, and their plane crashed while going to the scene of this fatal explosion.
What is going on in Ohio?
I don't know, but they took off from the Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport in Little Rock. So that kind of explains, they weren't setting themselves up there for a successful trip.
So they died. So they died in the plane crash.
Yeah.
Going there.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 of them.
I think that we should try to track somebody down that is living in this community that's facing this and have them come on air and tell us their side.
Let's get them. If anyone,
we could see firsthand on video whether their voice has changed or whether it sounds weird. I don't know what we do about the rashes if we want to see that live on air, but we should try to track somebody down.
Let's do it. So if there's anyone listening, anyone, DM us, comment right now, and let's get them on next week on the show.
Even if they don't actually live there or don't even live in the state of Ohio, if they'll pretend that they live in the state of Ohio,
that's even better.
Still have them on.
That's even better. But listen, I don't want to see their rash. At least the rashes of the people in Ohio we know are from the toxic chemicals. I don't want to know what anyone else's rashes are from. Do you have any news updates here? You want me to keep? I have a couple of others to kind of go through.
No, it's my turn. What
Okay.
are you doing? We switch on and off. That's what we do.
You're not. George is not feeling good tonight.
We switch on and off.
So
I have a little bit of a cold. I got tested for COVID and the flu. I tested negative. Definitely tested negative for COVID because I am vaccinated. I can't say that about everybody, unfortunately, but I am vaccinated.
You know what they're saying now? Studies are showing that unvaccinated people, and this is true. This is not a conspiracy. This is actually true. I forgot what government agency actually said this, but a government agency said unvaccinated people are just, it's as if you were vaccinated. But anyway, no, I was trying because you are a little under the weather. I thought maybe I didn't know if you had the energy to go into the next headline.
Well, that was very nice of you, but I want to make sure that in this next week that one of my videos goes viral this time.
They did. They
yours went viral last week with Rosie.
What are your symptoms?
My symptoms are stuffy a little bit, feeling very selfless, giving to others, and my ears are clogged.
And for those of you just tuning in, George was in Ohio last weekend, and he's just showing some symptoms now.
And I have a rash.
What do you have for us?
Yeah. So my story is, it's not necessarily a news story, but it's something that's going viral on TikTok, and it comes down. It puts it in my mind because I'm actually traveling this weekend, and I was thinking about it.
Back to Ohio.
When you were on a plane, no, we're gonna go past Ohio. We're not stopping there. We're gonna be 40,000 feet above. Maybe we'll go to 60,000 and we'll see the balloon up there.
Yeah, if you see a balloon, let me know.
Yeah, I'll take a picture from the window, or we'll do a live broadcast.
Yeah,
but anyway, so there's starting to be a thing on TikTok where people are complaining that either they asked somebody to switch seats on a plane, or they were asked to switch seats for whatever reason, whether it's because somebody is traveling with somebody else and it's a husband and wife, but they're not seated together and they want to be, or if you have a kid that's sitting alone and the parent wants to be with them. So my question to you, AJ, is if you paid for your ticket and say you weren't traveling with your family, what would it take for you to switch your seat with somebody else? And would you ask somebody if you were traveling with your family and you were separated from each other? How do you think about that?
It's a good point. Good question. I wouldn't care. I don't fly often enough to be bothered. Now,
so if you had a window or an aisle seat and somebody wanted to switch and you were going to go to a middle seat, would you do it?
Depends on the length of the flight. It's a quick 2-hour flight. Who cares? It's a couple of hours. Just deal with it. You're going to be uncomfortable anyway. I mean, they're tightening the leg room on these things. You got the people at the end rushing off. I got hit in the head once with a bag.
Really?
I was in an aisle seat, and some dumb woman, because the plane landed, so we're just gonna jump out now, right? Opens the overhead bin, and suitcase comes out, whacks me in the head, and she runs.
Really?
And
didn't even say anything. Didn't
say a word.
That's what
didn't
bothers
apologize.
me. That's what bothers me more than anything else, right? When you are, especially sitting in coach, right? Even in first class, where are you going? You're going all of 5 feet. That's going to make no difference for you to get to your connecting flight.
The only time I want to get off that plane quickly is if it's going down.
Yeah.
That's the only time I want to get off that plane quickly.
So, but
because who wants to get up and stand there, right? Everyone gets up. They stand there.
Do you feel though that you would need, say it was like a 4 or 5+ hour flight?
I wouldn't switch.
Would you need how about if it was an equal or better seat?
Would
you have no problem?
Yeah, if it was if it was another window or so people could be together.
Right.
Sure.
But
and odds are, but hold on. Odds are, if someone's asking me to switch, it would so Dominic, your friend Dominic here is saying that you've never sat in first class.
Dominic who?
I'll take a guess.
I have, but I'm coughing now because I'm laughing.
It's because you were in East Palestine last week.
I've sat in first class many times. But yeah, no, the seat would have to be equal or better. I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't move to a middle seat under 2 hours. But you also have to remember, some people are superstitious when it comes to flying, right? Like they need to be in a certain seat because they just don't feel comfortable, right? Like they're scared of flying. So yeah, it's an interesting story. It's something going on.
But the second part of that, to answer your question, I don't know that I would ask someone to move.
So if you had a 3-year-old child that you guys were separated, right? You would make that 3-year-old child sit alone in the plane?
No, why would they be separated? I should have bought the tickets early enough.
You never know, but with the airlines, flights are canceled, then you're rebooked to another flight, and things are moved around, and it's unorganized.
Well, I have an in with the airline. I just fly standby.
Ah, yeah.
You know anyone like that?
Never heard of him before. I hate people that do that.
It is annoying. People do look at you differently. You get on, no problems. It's people look at you differently. But
yeah. So moving on, but real quick before we move on, I just want to call something out. One of our loyal fans, this guy Jacob, he caught on, and AJ, you haven't caught on. I've worn this same shirt for 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Every single episode, I wear this same shirt.
I did catch on. I never said anything. I actually checked our Instagram earlier to make sure that I wasn't wearing the same shirt.
Have you? But you always go with like a plaid look,
I always
right?
do a plaid. I don't do stripes. I don't like stripes.
Yeah.
The only time I'd wear stripes is if I was in prison or something. But I'm not wearing stripes.
So what do you got, AJ? What other news stories going pretty viral or important for people to know?
So you like country music, right?
Country is king.
Country is king. You like Brad Paisley?
I like Brad Paisley a lot.
I got to see him once. I saw some of the show. Brad Paisley came out with a song that features Ukrainian President Zelensky. His latest single called "Same Here." It featured a cameo of Zelensky. The song kind of goes through the similarities that kind of unite people from different backgrounds. All of that sort of thing. That came out on Friday, which was believe it or not, the 1-year anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Really? So what is the goal of this song? And the cameo that he made, was it footage, just like raw footage of him that was separate, or was it specifically used? Like, was it staged for this song?
I'd love to play the song. We can't, copyrighted material. I'd like to get around that somehow. Maybe we can. I don't know.
You did it for your radio. You were playing music that you had no licenses to
Well, then
play,
we bought the but that was different because we were streaming just audio. Now you're playing. It's a whole different thing. But
plus, we were in 7th and 8th grade, so we had nothing to our name. Who was going to come after us?
Exactly.
But
actually, I never told you the CBS story.
No.
CBS came after us for a domain name that we owned for the radio station. This was after we kind of shut it down.
CBS
Radio.
Really?
Said you own a domain that's similar to one of our radio stations. I forgot where in the country, and you're impersonating us. And I was like, no, I'm 12. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're fighting with a 12-year-old or 14.
Really? So what did you do? Did you not back down?
We went back and forth. I think they gave me like $100 for it or $200. The domain was worth like $6. It was worth garbage as far as I was concerned.
Wow, I never knew that. I guess they were tuning in. I guess we were going viral.
Well,
who knows?
So we've had a lot of good success the last couple of weeks here, with with this, but the song actually has Zelensky in it. My understanding, I never saw the video. My understanding is it was made for the song.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what is the goal of this song, right? Is Brad Paisley, using some of the profits from this to donate to Ukraine, or what is he doing?
I have no idea.
That's pretty interesting. I mean, hey, Zelensky, he used to be an actor, right? Before he became the head of Ukraine. So
yeah, I mean, but what does it make you think of Brad Paisley? Is he uniting people? Is he not uniting people? Should he just have left well enough alone?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I get all my music for free over YouTube. So I never actually watched the music videos. So I wouldn't even know that Zelensky is in the video. I use the one that like some fan copied it and then they're just playing it on their channel, even though that's probably illegal. But I don't. I think,
I'm downloading this stuff off of LimeWire.
Is LimeWire still around? No, that closed, right?
No, I don't know. Who knows?
I think that I would imagine that Brad Paisley has good intentions for doing it. and maybe no other country star or another artist has thought about, getting Zelensky involved. But I don't think it's needle moving in any way. Maybe he just wants to kind of keep it at a forefront, or maybe he's using it to drive traffic to his video. Who knows? Who knows what his intent?
Who knows? Who knows? What you got for us?
All right, this is a big mistake. So another one is that the NYPD is changing their policy where new recruits do not need to finish the 1.5-mile run in a certain amount of time. Now, what do you think of that, AJ? I think it was they gave them like 14 minutes and 20 seconds or something like that, somewhere around that, to complete a 1.5-mile run, but they are no longer going to time the run. What are your thoughts? Don't you think that police officers should be in tip-top shape?
I agree. Here's the problem. They're not getting police officers. Why is that?
Well, it's because their salaries are much lower.
Isn't their starting salaries like 40,000 or 35 or something ridiculous?
It's much lower than firemen for sure. But if you're out in Long Island, you're getting paid a boatload. So
100%. So I think no matter where you are, you're gonna have it tough in 2023 as a police officer. You have to be fit for duty. You have to, just like the president of the United States should be fit for duty.
That's right.
I speaking of being fit for duty, I have a high cholesterol problem. I just found out from my doctor.
Really?
I want to get the same doctor that the president has, because he's fine. He's fit for duty. He's tripping all over the place and falling upstairs, and can't remember his name. So I want that guy as my doctor, because maybe my cholesterol problem will go away.
Why is your cholesterol so high? Are you not eating
know.
Cheerios? What's going on?
I don't know.
You know what the problem is? It was another news story that I had just quickly. All you need to do is exercise 11 minutes a day, and that reduces your risk of cancer, cardiovascular diseases. Do you get 11 minutes of exercise?
I get
of like moderate to high intensity.
I get 15 minutes of cardio in the morning.
What do you do for 15 minutes in the morning?
A cardio workout. I have the mirror, the fitness.
You
home.
still use that mirror?
Yeah, I brought it home. I use it.
You're telling me consistently 15 minutes a day? I don't believe that.
I just started a week ago when I found this out. Consistently.
Nice. Okay, so
Yeah.
So that made you change. But why did you drop using the mirror? Because you used it for a short amount of time, then you stopped.
It wasn't
right?
at my primary residence. I wasn't using it.
Oh, look at this guy. He has 2 homes. He's bragging to us live on air that he has 2 homes.
Let's get back to the news.
You must fly first class all the time.
But you wouldn't know what that's like. So you live in the city. You work. You're in the city. How difficult is it to find a public restroom?
It is hard.
Now, do you think how much, if you were the governor of the state or the mayor of the city and you needed to build a public facility somewhere, how much would you spend?
A public facility?
A public, one single stalled restroom.
Oh gosh, I would spend no more than $25,000 to $50,000. No more.
New York City is building 5 public restrooms, one in each borough. Going to be done by 2024 for a total cost of $5.3 million. They're spending over $1 million for a toilet.
Wow. AJ, how quickly before that toilet, that restroom, looks like it's worth about $10?
I give it less than a week.
There's going to be people sleeping in there. There's going to be people doing a whole bunch of stuff in there.
I give it less than a week.
That's crazy. And that's going to be that wouldn't be your tax-paying dollars, right? That'd be mine.
Those are yours now.
I'll tell you what, though. If they pay that much for those restrooms, I can bet you I won't be going to the bathroom at my apartment. I'll be walking to that public restroom.
No, you got to look at this thing. They're going to be it's going to be in a park. The top, it's kind of open in a sense. It's a weird looking design. Like people could throw garbage in while you're, sitting on the toilet.
Oh, so what happens? Wait, so what happens if?
Hold on, let me see if I can get a picture of it real quick.
It's open at the top.
It's not open. It's like it's got a gate type of a thing. Let's see if we could get this picture up here. Hold on. Let's get this up here. it's a weird, it's an interesting design.
Does it clean itself, the bathroom? Like, does it power wash itself or something? Or sanitize itself?
I have no idea. Here, take a look at this. You see at the top?
Oh, yeah.
Who the heck wants to use that?
Nobody wants to go in that thing, and it's ugly looking. You go in a bush instead of that thing.
You have any other updates for us real quick?
The only other update is this weekend I'm going skiing for the first time. So hopefully on next week's podcast, I'm still in one piece.
Hey, I hope so. Between that, the side effects now you have of being in Ohio, and then a skiing incident. I hope to see you next week.
Hope to see you guys too.
Is that a $10?
$10 what?
I'm reading these comments. It's a $10 shirt you have.
Well, my mom got
from
it
Ross. Dress for Less.
You'd have to ask her.
Oh. So our tax dollars, one of the your tax dollars, are going down the drain, according to one of our viewers. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the AOG podcast. Again, anyone in Ohio, let us know. We want to talk to them and really see what's going on here. But keep it classy. We'll see you next week.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
We'll see you. Thanks for watching.